Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. You know, we love to dig into these fascinating topics, and today it's all about the future of marketing, AI-powered customer segmentation.
Yeah, it's really incredible how data science is kind of like shaking up the marketing world.
It really is, and our guide for this is an article by Srinidhi Ranganathan. He calls himself the digital marketing legend.
I love that.
I know, right? And he says AI can help us understand not just, who our customers are, but what actually makes them tick, what drives their decisions.
Yeah, why behind the buy.
Exactly. So how does AI take this customer segmentation thing to a whole new level? Because it's not just about demographics anymore, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, traditional segmentation that was like using a really broad brush, right? Mm-hmm. Grouping people by age, location, that kind of thing. But AI is like having this whole set of, those tiny little paintbrushes.
The fine-tipped ones.
Exactly. It analyzes tons of data, everything from what they're looking at online to what they're buying, and builds these micro segments based on actual behavior, even like what they're going to want in the future.
So it's less about lumping all the 25, 34-year-olds together and more about finding those who, let's say, love vintage clothing, travel sustainably, and always have to have the latest tech gadgets.
Exactly. You got it. And here's where it gets really cool. AI can spot patterns in all that data. The stuff humans might miss. And those patterns become these micro segments. And that just gives businesses so much more insight into their customer base.
So instead of guessing what customers want, AI is like, okay, here's the roadmap.
Exactly.
Well, what's that actually look like in practice? Like what's going on behind the scenes?
So essentially you have these AI algorithms, often using machine learning, and they're sifting through all that data, looking for connections, patterns, things that stand out. And just to give you an example, let's say you're running an e-commerce company. The AI might realize that a certain group of your customers always buys stuff during sales events.
Makes sense.
But they're also really into sustainable products, eco-friendly stuff, and they love those premium brands. So armed with that knowledge, you can target them with promotions for eco-friendly products from those high-end brands during your next sale. It's not just about what they buy, it's about why and when.
So it's like the AI is piecing together this puzzle, revealing a customer's motivations,
right?
Desires. It's actually pretty powerful when you think about it. And this isn't just a one-time thing either. The segmentation thing evolves, right?
Mm-hmm. You got it. That's a key point. Unlike those old static methods, AI-powered segmentation is dynamic. It's learning and adapting all the time as new data comes in.
So it's constantly refining its understanding of each customer segment, which means businesses are always targeting the right people with the right message.
Exactly. And imagine those customers who we were just talking about, the ones who love a good sale.
Yeah.
Let's say the AI notices a change in their behavior. Maybe they're starting to look at full-priced items, showing interest in the new product lines. That could mean they're open to spending a bit more.
Interesting.
Right. So the AI can then tweak things in real time, adjust the segmentation so you can start introducing them to those higher end products, maybe even personalize offers that encourage them to check out those new lines.
So it's not just reacting to what customers are doing now. It's like it knows what they're going to want in the future.
You got it.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this is a game changer for businesses. It's like having a crystal ball, right? Knowing what customers want before they even do. But how does this actually translate, into real results for businesses?
Well, it all comes down to impact and, of course, ROI, return on investment.
Of course, the bottom line.
Exactly. And take personalization, for example. We all know it's important, but this is personalization on steroids. You're crafting these hyper-targeted messages that really hit home with each micro segment.
So it's not just sending out a generic email blast anymore. It's about delivering the right message to the right person at the right time.
You got it. And think about this. Let's say you're a travel company. Instead of just pushing, beach vacations, your AI says, hey, we've got this segment that loves adventure travel, ecotourism. They want to see those off the beaten path places.
Right.
So what do you tempt them with personalized offers? Trekking through the rainforest, volunteering on a wildlife conservation project, things that really resonate with them.
It makes those messages so much more powerful because you're speaking directly to their passions, what makes them tick. And if we take this whole predictive thing even further, it can even influence things like product development, right?
Let's say you're a clothing retailer.
Yeah.
Your AI can look at everything, purchase history, browsing patterns, even what people are talking about on social media, and identify those emerging trends within specific segments. Maybe there's a growing demand for sustainable activewear, or a particular color palette is gaining traction, and you can use all of that to inform your design, your production decisions. You're making what people want before they even know they want it.
It's like a direct line to your customers' desires.
Right.
You mentioned social media. How does that factor into all of this? This AI-driven segmentation.
Social media is a gold mine. Seriously. AI can analyze everything you do online, the likes, the shares, the comments, even who you follow, to get a handle on your interests, your values, your aspirations.
It's a little creepy when you think about it,
Yeah.
but also kind of amazing.
Right. And then you combine that with their purchase history browsing behavior, and you have this really detailed picture of each customer segment.
It's like AI is connecting the dots between who we are online and what we do in the real world. And what's incredible is that this is really just the beginning.
Exactly what we've been talking about so far.
Yeah.
That's impressive. But it's all evolving so quickly. And Srinidhi Ranganathan, the digital marketing legend.
Love that title.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He's really at the forefront of all of this.
And this is where his work on Sun Intelligence 3.0 comes in.
Right?
Now, this is where it gets really interesting.
It's next level stuff. He describes Sun Intelligence 3.0 as this system that can actually control millions of AI systems.
Millions.
Millions. It's pushing the boundaries of what we thought was even possible. I mean, imagine a system that can not only analyze data, but can understand things like sentiment and emotion.
So it's like the AI is becoming more human, able to read between the lines and figure out the emotional drivers behind our decisions. So we're not just talking about what we buy, but like you said, why we buy it, on an emotional level. What does that even look like in the real world?
Imagine this. You get a marketing message, but it doesn't just, list off features and benefits. It actually speaks to something you maybe only hinted at online, like a longing for adventure, the need for connection, a desire to make a real difference. That's what Sun Intelligence 3.0 could do, create these marketing experiences that are so in tune with our values and what we want in life that they don't feel like advertising at all. More like getting a recommendation from someone who really knows you.
It's like AI is bridging the gap between technology and that human element, creating a connection between brands and people that's almost empathetic.
Exactly. Ranganathan talks about a future where marketing isn't about interrupting us anymore. It's about anticipating what we need and want.
Wow.
Imagine an AI that's so in sync with you that it can pretty much predict what you'll love before you even realize you want it.
It's the powerful idea, but it also makes you wonder, where does that leave us, the consumers?
That's the big question, isn't it? AI has the potential to completely change marketing for the better, make it more personalized, more relevant, more engaging.
We'd finally be free of all those irrelevant ads.
Exactly. And it could help us connect with brands that actually reflect what we care about. But of course, there's another side to this level of personalization. It needs a ton of data. Are we really okay with AI knowing us that well?
It's a valid question.
It is like any powerful technology we have to think about data, privacy, ethical use. Transparency is going to be key. People need to know what data is being collected, how it's being used, and they need to be able to control it.
So it's not just about the tech itself, but making sure it's developed and used responsibly. That's a lot to unpack.
It really is.
This deep dive into AI-powered customer segmentation with Srinidhi Ranganathan's work as our guide has certainly given us plenty to think about.
It's clear that AI is going to have a huge impact on marketing, both good and bad.
As we move further into this world of intelligent algorithms and hyper-personalization, it all comes down to this. What kind of future do we want? How can we shape the development of AI so that it benefits everyone, businesses, and individuals? That's something for you, our listeners, to ponder. If you want to learn more, you can find a link to Srinidhi Ranganathan's full article in the show notes. And until next time, keep those minds curious, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.